Okay, so this isn't the top 10 players currently. This is the 10 of all time across Melee's 20-year span, and tomorrow is the 20-year anniversary of Melee. At 10, I have Azen, an old school legend. I don't think he was ever the best player in the world, but he was contested against all the old school GOATs. There's a really, really good section about him in the Smash Brothers video. Played like almost every character in the game to high proficiency. Honestly, was an amazing thing to watch in the era of like Chillin, Ken, PC Chris. This man always had a counter pick ready, just legendary. I don't think he didn't play as much as the others, especially in the modern years. I think he just dropped the game completely, but he definitely deserves top 10 for that alone. The one that I would put next here would probably be talking about all time. To me, it's like Zain or Plup. So just for the sake of recency, I like Zain right now. There's no official ranking, but Zain right now has been doing super well, but he's just now getting his start. You know what I mean? He's just now climbed very quickly up that pantheon. And like over time, he's gonna go higher and higher. He's incredibly well. He has a Genesis win. Plup has a Genesis win. But I feel also that a lot of it was over the online era, and I'm not sure how much I value online in terms of like the all-time legacy. Clearly has a shot to maintain a legacy, and we're gonna see what happens, especially when the offline tournaments return and the rankings return in 2022. I'm putting Plup above Zain because Plup, he revolutionized a lot of things too, especially with Samus. He was able to win Genesis. He was able to maintain a rank number 2 in the world offline. He was able to beat Armada. Zain never got an Armada win. Plup did get an Armada win, and he was active and doing really well for a long time. It's very, very close, but I do feel that like, and he beat Armada with Zelda. He was one of the only people in the world who beat all the 5 gods in Leffen. Next in this list, I'd probably put, in terms of greatness, everything that's been accomplished. To me, the next 2 are PPMD and Leffen. PPMD he had an amazing rise. Became number 1 in the world with Falco, which was unheard of. Had the amazing story of Apex 2015, but then retired for a very long time, obviously due to health reasons. He's active again, but not competing as much. He had 1 really good year and 2 pretty good years, I believe. I think that if PPMD was to have continued on since 2015, 2016, there would have been a better argument for him being higher. He's always going to have like a spot in this like super high list, but it gets down to like what you value more as a person and a player. So I think like in terms of all time, PPMD, I think I'd put him 7th here. Like I said, could have been way higher. And I think that when it comes down to greatness, you have to think about like their entire career, like from the start to absolute finish, and dominance, how long the dominance was for, the spread. Anything above that, I just put Leffen. The reason I put Leffen there is because he was the first player to defeat all 5 gods. That's a very established accomplishment. Never was officially rank 1, but there was a period over the summer where he was beating everyone, like being Armada consistently, like summer 2015, but there was no official rank. Got bodied by visa issues, Europe issues. He won an Evo. Might have been higher and created a much bigger legacy, but we'll never really know because of travel issues. But there's a future of Melee, and that's what it is. I think 6 is fair for him here. Above Leffen, I'd put Mewtwo King at 5th all time. While not as active now or placing now, his era, Mewtwo King was like the robot. He was like the supervillain robot that destroyed everyone. Mewtwo King was wild. Ken was like the undisputed king. Like he was just like, for that first era of Smash, he was like unbeatable. Like he was the first and most dominant player for like 3 to 4 years. Like in the first era of Melee, he was it, dude. He was the narrative. Yeah, he had like faker levels of dominance back in his day. But Mewtwo King has longevity. He has the fact that he was the first person to like really become the new number 1, the new dominant thing. He became the new like superpower of Melee. If you look back at just the history of Mewtwo King's place, which is so rich, and he comes out of nowhere and is able to still like beat people. That's the thing with Mewtwo King. No matter how played or unplayed he is, he can just win a tournament when he feels like it. When it comes to the top 4, I think Ken's gonna be 4th. Again, not much needs to be said, but 3rd and 4th are me and Ken in some order. The reason is because I had my 3-year period of dominance in rank 2s and a much more crazy period of Melee. It comes down to greatness in terms of like what it is. I still have the accolade for the most majors ever won. I still have the accolade for Evo. I still have an accolade for a lot of records that are in this game. And my reign when I was rank 1 really was really was something comparatively remarkable because of how many times I was able to overcome the odds. It's really, really close. Like, you could argue it either way. I think our eras of dominance were very, very similar. Mine was at a much, much higher level. And Ken was also in an era that was relatively new and the meta wasn't established. And I've been playing since 2010, or sorry, like 06. So I think my Smash career is also just overall way longer than his. He did compete too in the later years, but he didn't make the same impact that he did. Oh boy. One of the most disputed arguments of all time in Melee. So many years, so many back and forth, so much change. You have the kid who does the most legendary runs in the world and still active winning versus Armada, who was the most dominant player to ever live at his prime. Didn't lose to anyone outside of the top 7 for like his entire career until he did. But when it really comes down to it, when it really comes down to it, there's only one scraggly ass motherfucker who was able to win the hardest tournament post-pandemic 15 years into his career. I have Mang0 as number 1. First of all, this is a prediction for tomorrow. This only changed for me. This only changed at Summit. There was so much of a back and forth argument between these two. Had Summit not happened, Armada's the GOAT. To me, this just changed because of Summit. The only issue with this list is that Mang0 had so many more lows. He had so many more lows than Armada that it's hard to look over. It almost has to go down with like circumstance and what it is. The thing is, Armada had the best prime, but you know what the one thing was? The one thing really was is that Armada retired. That was it. Like that, Armada retired at his absolute peak, and Mang0 ended up not retiring, grinding it out, and winning Summit after everything else. There's a lot that has to come to it. If it's the best players of all time, Armada is the best player of Melee to ever live. If we're talking about who won the most things, who won the most majors, that would be me. And we're talking about the greatest player of all time, greatness, overcoming odds, that sort of thing, it's Mang0. Armada's the best, Mang0's the greatest, I'm the clutchest.
In every year of its existence. One especially underlooked accomplishment is that from 2007 to 2020, Lucky was ranked at least top 10 within SoCal. Scour the ancient internet and you'll find a video from 2008 titled Hey Hugs.
They had to pull up the old footage.
6, a player so dazzlingly
yeah, he beat Amsa to get top 8 at Genesis.
From the future,
a crazy
set. Early hours, Wobbles is my favorite player of all time, in no small part because of the immense impact he left on Melee.
He didn't even invent Wobble.
Regional 9th, IBDW started garnering national attention when he made the New York City Power Ranking.
Not sending him off stage, but that's it. IBDW takes it.
IBDW.
Oh my God.
Fun fact, before he beat Leffen at this tournament, Crunch was
I have bad news for you.
bodying Cody. One
Amsa's
Riptide.
entire career has been the story of proving people like me wrong about his character.
Nair down smash.
Amsa
with Yoshi.
First try since the start of the pandemic. Imagine what we'll say if Amsa ever finally wins a major.
Top 20, here we go.
Holy crap, what?
In 2011, Shroom placed top 8 at Genesis 2, one of the biggest tournaments of the year. I can think of 2 competitors
that was a super iconic series.
Genuinely seemed otherworldly to me. Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, and Aziz Al-Yami, every time I've heard him speak. Tax Money has undeniably broadened Melee's horizons, of multiple character metagames,
was this number
of technological
23?
solutions, and of the types of celebrity we afford to our perceived heroes. Imagine this scenario. You're playing S2J in a tournament, somehow the set goes to his last game,
S2J,
and
number
God, you're
19.
up an entire stock. There's one small problem. You get hit, and then there's one huge problem. You die.
What was that grab behind him? S2J at 18. So sick. The chair.
This is called a Johnny stock.
Oh my God, he reacted.
Throw me. And he beat Mewtwo King.
It's going to take a while for any top player from
It was
New
3
England
shines,
to
right?
fill Korean DJ shoes.
Oh my.
Although his pursuits outside of Melee limited his ability to remain as involved
Korean
as some of his peers,
DJ.
Korean DJ would nonetheless finish in the top 100.
Oh, we're almost at top 10, guys.
Years
This is it.
and
No, he's not too high.
was
He
so
was. This guy was one of
excited,
the best
unbeaten
players of
Korean
all
DJ
time.
from
You know, there was a whole era
Honestly,
before you young
wouldn't
whippersnappers,
you
you
do the
young
same?
doc
In
kids.
every year of MPGR's existence, SFAT has finished at least top 25 in the world. Within that time, he not only beat Mang0 and Mewtwo King multiple times, but once beat Hungrybox so thoroughly at the Big House 6 that even Scar felt bad for Jigglypuff. The Smash 64 GOAT is no stranger to being the best there is in the
Isaiah.
game, and in brief spurts, he showed that prowess, most notably at Most 3, where he and Ken casually laid the bedrock for the Captain
Could have been the best player.
matchup. Isaiah's
Or so
heart
they
was
say.
never being silenced.
What I'm learning on this list, if you have a win on H-Box, you make
when
top
Isaiah
100.
gave a crap, he was
An offline win.
God, remember when Wizrobe was simply seen as 20
No.
GX? From seeing
I don't want to look at it.
Hungrybox out of nowhere at what the fuck
I don't want to look at it.
Wiz
is an alien. He's literally just like Cass, like, but actually.
For a brief
Just
stretch in
insane.
mid-2019, you wouldn't have been crazy for wondering if Wizrobe was actually the best player in the world. It's not too ridiculous
almost
to
was.
imagine that PC Chris's rise to
Gets
the
way
top
too
was
good. Then
much
it's
more
PC
gradual
Chris.
and
Oh, here we
struggle
go.
than
We're
the
getting
common
close.
story off.
PC Chris is too high again.
was
Guys,
no
oh
clue
my
with the
lord. You
stunning
know what a
defeat of
legacy
Ken
list
at
is?
the New York
Read some
opener.
books.
Dallas and Anaheim
Watch some
remains one of
docs.
the best plays at Zero
Well,
Challenge
Michael
3,
Jordan
but
was
the
rated too
snapshot of
high
PC
because he
Chris
was
with
winning in the
that
90s.
10,000 I'm honestly still in disbelief that Axe won Smash
Bro,
Summit 8 and finished as the world number 4 in 2019.
This is why
What's he gonna get here?
This man literally won Summit with Pikachu.
85. He's on stage.
Axe
Is your Smash Summit 8 champion?
Never the
Crazy,
playing with
man.
Pikachu, the greatest
With
to ever do it with the
Pikachu,
rat,
dude.
and probably the greatest dedicated mid-tier player of all time.
Oh, dude, this combo. This combo.
Because he's almost in KO
Oh my
percent.
God, he's
Ooh!
on the down air.
Go for it!
And the Hedgehog Axe.
Absolutely insane.
After the heat death of the universe,
All right, guys, here we go.
has been extinguished.
Where's my list? Where's my
Melee
list?
is Nothing but a memory. Chudat will still be getting top 8 at the Big House 30 trillion.
I have Ozin at 10.
Oh my.
Leffen. Leffen!
Top platform.
Should be
Can't stay on
replayed.
the top.
Oh, off the top.
The double up air
What a
off the top
controversial
and
set.
two.
Ozin over Plup. Wow.
And that should be it
And
right
there
there.
it is.
Takes it
That's surprising.
over Armada for the first time, and Armada approves of it.
Tekken champions.
That might do
This
it.
is it.
That's it.
And that's it. Plop wins Genesis 5.
My prediction was completely wrong.
But it's
Well, I wanna see
secondary,
Ozzin's
so
results.
remains a different view.
He crouches for dear life, and he gets the upper. That's insane. Zayn wins Zayn. I can't believe Zayn does it after.
I guess 'cause it's
being
relatively
ranked
recent that he became, like,
2 sets.
A top player.
Meanwhile, Zayn has never been deterred, always finding new solutions and ways to make his character look like the best one in the game.
The adrenaline pumping through these players' bodies must be insane.
Tried to catch him with the up air, going real high.
Oh, that's gonna be it! Zayn! And Zayn takes Genesis 7!
Oh. There he is. Ozin at number 8.
It's scary because, oh wow,
Ooh, and Ozim gets him
knee to
with
the
the knee and
face,
takes the game
and it's
one
over.
win.
It's easy to see Azin as
I mean,
literally
look
a
at-
perennial
he
number
did
2
win
behind
all
Ken
these
during the
tournaments.
MLG era,
We
but
forgot
Tournament
how
06
good he
MLG
was.
New York,
He
the
won a
biggest
bunch of
tournament
stuff.
their and had the legendary winners quarterfinals comeback against Ken remains one of the greatest tournament performances of all time.
Good stuff, Ozin at 8. All right, who's next?
Okay,
Clutch
wow.
position. He has no
That's
jump.
bad news. That's gonna be
Ken
it.
will miss it, and Ozin
Leffen?
takes the match.
No. Whoa. Oh, come on.
Oh, PPMD.
Oh, nice.
PPMD at 7th.
PPMD
This
redefined
man
two
won
of
2
Melee's most
Apexes a
recognizable
pound.
characters. What's not as well known is the extent to which he truly saw the entire Atlantic South during his prime. Future top
Man,
100 players
what
in
a
the state
history.
would ask the summer 2014 #1
What
for
a
character
rich
matchup
history.
practice, even if he didn't play those characters, and he'd happily 3-stock them on command.
Respecting each other so much.
Leffen.
here.
No,
one
Mewtwo
really
King?
wants to commit
Leffen?
to anything.
Leffen.
Oh, what?
I like how they put this clip to make it like weird.
Oh,
Leffen.
oh,
Yeah.
is that it? Oh. Well,
First person to beat all 5 gods.
Leffen is back. That.
He looked like it at GOML 2016, where he beat Mewtwo King,
Ooh.
Hungrybox, Armada, and Mango in a row to win the event.
Yeah.
Crazier is that Leffen's incredible resume
Won
could
Evo,
have been even
CEO,
better than it
GOML,
is
and
right
Beast.
now, were it not for factors outside of his control.
Armada has no shield. Armada has Leffen! Absolutely tearing through everyone today, Toph.
Beat Armada. This will be Armada's big retirement tournament.
Evo 2018 Super
wreck them,
Smash
actually.
Brothers Melee champion.
The King? The King of Smash or the King of the Muse? Yep, and see, this is like, Wait. No, it's Mewtwo King. Wait. Right? Oh, are they doing back and forth? Mewtwo King won it. Remember he won Summit? You remember that?
That is it. Mewtwo King wins Smash
He didn't realize he won Summit.
In
That
the
was
summer of
so
2002,
random.
Mew players
Guys, my
were
4th or
but he
3rd.
remained a threat to win majors for
What are they doing?
16 years in a row.
Cody not having it, but the grab. Oh, stage. Oh,
Bro, and he was able to just clutch out on so many people. Am I on the podium?
His presence that
Am I on the Melee Olympic podium, the top 3 of all time? Give me the... Yes! All right. Okay, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it, dude. I'll take it.
Reign of Terror at the top.
Top 3, we'll take it.
Ken has
clutch bronze.
consecutive grand finals appearances at majors
Woo!
of all time. He dominated the scene from its inception, winning Tournament Go 4 before he even
I'm proud of
got
that.
to
I'm very proud of that.
I think Ken can.
But Ken was the undisputed god
Still felt every
for the entire first era. There you go.
He bounced him off the fin. If True would have got a tech in there, he could have lived, but
oh man.
Yes! Oh no.
Ah! Yeah, motherfucker! That's it?
Almost 5
I was about to
straight years
say.
of not winning a
I was about to say, what?
Winning 9th place at the Big House 4, Hungrybox was considered on his way out of the scene's top echelon. If only we knew what we had in store, as 2015 was Hungrybox's best year in half a decade, with each subsequent year seemingly only getting better. His emotional EVO 2016 victory, his incredible run at the end of 2017 to become #1 in the world, and his reign of terror through the next 2 years practically cemented Hungrybox in the conversation for greatest.
B-Lamb, thank you.
Eats a bag there. This is big. He recovers.
Let's go.
Feels good, man.
Always be the goat in our hearts.
Guys, who's #1? Faith, thank you. Who's #1? Who's #1? Oh my god.
It took an international crisis in 2020 to slow down his otherwise inevitable journey to the
crab.
top, but with Melee now back in full swing, who knows what's in store for the Clutch God? Will he ever choose to lose again?
Ready? Why do they include all these? What wins?
What we're about as a community is the game.
Hold!
And these guys play at the pinnacle.
Hold!
They do.
Always teaching us more about Fox versus Peach and about what it means to play at the top.
No,
And
it's Armada.
That's right.
All right, boys.
Armada's second.
Nair, that's
Oh my god, they gave Mango first.
I have seen. Shout out to Armada making
Oh my god.
One word that defines
Oh!
consistency. When looking at the numbers, Armada practically
Oh! There you have it.
Eye-popping stats.
Wow.
Barely a blip in his ridiculous
Official.
resume.
Back! No, Armada's gonna slap him.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Wow.
There's finally a goat. You think this pushes Armada to retirement? Can you? I keep saying that's why they did that. Here we go.
Oh, get the lasers. Is he gonna run down? Okay, and he does it.
Is gonna do it.
Wow.
Mango taking it.
I mean, in a way, it makes sense. It's about legacy. It's about greatness. Yeah. And there it is.
People come and go from the Melee scene. The game itself changes over decades of play, but Mango continues to stick around, taking on the best of each generation on the biggest of stages and outlasting
The main
everyone.
character.
Only Mango can say that he beat Ken in 2007, tore Mewtwo heart out in 2009, fiercely battled with Armada in 2016, outdueled Hungrybox in 2019, and vanquished Zain in 2021. If aliens invaded the planet, if the sky finally turned red and meteors began to fall, if an otherworldly calamity split the seas and tore the ground apart, Mango would remain in front of a CRT, holding a GameCube controller, and playing Melee with his last breath.
Let's go.
That's one for the books.
It was.
Also, Levin, you get
Some it was what divided it.
Take the straight out right now.
Levin catching strays. That's all I was thinking the whole time. That's all.
And there it is. There is the list.